12 years after the View Heights housing development in St. James was started, the first phase of the project is only just being delivered. At the opening of the development on Saturday, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley said both the PNM and the UNC governments of past are to blame for the lapse in delivery. Janine Brown reports.
The View Fort housing development was started under the PNM government back in 2006, with then Housing Minister and now Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley having led the charge. The 4 phases of the project in total will provide housing for 137 families. On Saturday, at the long-awaited opening of Phase 1 of the project, 12 years after its start, Housing Minister Randall Mitchell said the project would have been ready sooner had it not been abandoned by the UNC when it took office in 2010. While Prime Minister Dr. Rowley agreed that the last administration fell down on the job in this regard, he's also pointing fingers at the past PNM government as he recalled what brought the project to a halt.
You may recall one day in the Parliament, our Prime Minister got up and mentioned that $10 million was missing from the HDC. And the minister had to account for it. The minister being me, because the other minister had told the then Prime Minister that $10 million was missing. And in search of that 10 million, all these projects became casualties.
Now, at a time when government has limited resources, the Prime Minister said that the ability to satisfy the demand for housing has only gotten harder. He said the government will, however, focus especially on apartment and rental units, as these have proven to be highly beneficial to those who require housing assistance.
Because a lot of those people who look to the public sector housing for their shelter can only afford to contribute by way of rental. So if there are not sufficient stocks of rental units available in various communities, with the best will in the world, you would still end up with a significant piece of the population not being properly housed because no rental units are available for them.
Despite the setbacks, the 44 families were thrilled to receive their keys in the packages. Dr. Rowley advised the new homeowners to take pride in their new property.
No sneakers on strings on the wires. No hanging out of clothes outside. And no behavior unbecoming of a decent citizen of Trinidad and Tobago.
The View Fort housing development project cost taxpayers $113 million. The remaining 3 blocks are currently under construction, with government aiming for delivery by the end of 2018. Janine Brown, C News.